All right, let me get right into it. Right. I'm right on the path, sitting here on the path out here in the park. It's not many people out here in the morning, so I thought I would go ahead and do this and have a little bit of privacy here. All right. All right. So let me get into it. All right. All right. And okay, I'll start the first scripture. All right. Let me get my Bible out here. And I'll try to start with my Bible first. Then I just use my phone. All right. Ecclesiastes 3 and verses 8. All right. We'll go there first. Salakia. All right, we'll start at 3 and verses 1. Ecclesiastes 3 verses 1. All right. All right. Okay, let me get here. To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. Okay? To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. All right? Verses 8. A time to love. All right? And a time to hate. All right? So the Lord does hate. Okay? We know he creates evil and good. So for you, all you Christians out there, this will give you understanding on that. The Lord does hate as well. All right? In a time of war and a time of peace. We're at the time of war right now. Okay? All right? We're at the time of war. But the Lord does hate as well. Okay? So you can understand that. Isaiah 45 and 7 will bring that out. All right? Isaiah 45 and 7. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. The Lord's name is Yahweh. His son's name is Yahweh Shah. So Yahweh do all these things. He creates, let me read that again. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. Okay? So right now we're in a time of war. All right? All right? Nations are mounting up. All right? They're sharpening their swords with their nuclear weapons. Kim Jong-un fired off several missiles. One of them landed, I think, over there near Japan. Okay? And so it's coming together, you know, the spiritual war that last and final battle called World War III. All right, we're in a spiritual war as well. The prophets against the elect prophets against Amalek and the wicked. All right, which is the New World Order. All right, so let's go on. Let's go on here. So we're in a season of war, all right? And World War III is drawing close. Joe Biden stated that Armageddon was being proposed by Putin, all right? He said that he can cause Armageddon, and he may, you know, he's thinking of shooting off nuclear missiles. All right. So Biden actually made that statement, you know, that Armageddon is near. All right. So we're in that season right now of war. All right. Just recently, they blew up the bridge over there. The Ukrainians blew up the bridge going to Crimea, which that was a major bridge for Russia to bring in materials and arms and stuff, okay, by truck. All right. Okay, so they're upset about that. All right, and then the retaliation was Russia sent a missile to an apartment. I think it's an apartment building they showed that was destroyed. Okay, almost destroyed. They said 12 people were dead, plus many injured. Okay, so it's on. I mean, this war is on. All right, and make no mistake about it, America is at war with Russia. Okay, they're just using Ukraine to funnel in their military equipment. Okay, all right, that's what's going on, and they're probably giving them intelligence as well. Okay, so we're at that time. All right. So we'll go to Joel 3 verses 9. I think that's what that is. Okay, and it says, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up, beat your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about thither. Cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Yahweh. Let the heathen be awakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, get you down, for the press is full, the fats overflow, for their wickedness is great. Multitudes, multitudes in the valley of decision, for the day of Yahweh is near in the valley of decision. Okay, so this is where the final battle is going to be fought down there in Yehoshaphat, which is down there in Jerusalem. We know that the Euphrates River is dried up, and so that prophecy has been fulfilled, that the Euphrates River, and it will pave the way for the kings of the east to cross over, okay, for battle. Okay, all right. We know that he raised up Gog, which is Russia. All right, so we can get that real quick at Ezekiel, the 38th chapter, verses 1, and they're all mounting up. And actually, Putin came out and said that he has many people on his side now. Okay, so he's not worried. I mean, they got everybody on their side. They say they got North Korea, India, who else? Iran. Okay, the other nations, many other nations with them, that's going to come down to support them for this war. Okay, so we've reached that proverbial point. We don't know when it's going to go full flame, but we're here. We're at that point in time. You know, the redemption of Israel, because they are our salvation by way of this war. Is going to bring an end to all rulerships besides Israel. Yahweh Shai is going to be the ruler. He's going to come in, swoop in with those chariots, and redeem his elect from the four corners of the earth. Okay, so Ezekiel 38. Okay, that's Ezekiel, the 38th chapter. All right. And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, and prophesy against him, and say, Thus saith the Lord power, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth in all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. Persia, that would be Iran, Ethiopia, and Libya, with them, all of them with shields and helmets. Gomer, that's Turkey. Okay, so we got Turkey, Iran, Ethiopia, and Libya. Okay, verse 6. Gomer and all the bands of the house of Togomar of the north quarters, and all his bands, and many people with thee. Be thou prepared and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them. Okay, so what you got to understand is that the BRICS nations, that's who that is. I mean, that's we got South Africa, we got I don't have them memorized yet. We got India, South Africa. Okay, we got Russia, Iran, Turkey. That's basically what that's what's listed here, and that's what's going to bring the salvation of Israel. Okay, all right. We can go to I think it's let me see here. I think it's Zechariah. I think it's 1:21. Let me see. I could be wrong, but I think it's correct. I'm not sure. Hold on. All right. Yeah, Zechariah 1:21. We'll go to 19. Okay. It says, and this is the angels. It says, and I said unto the angel that talked with me, what be these? And he answered me, these are the horns which have scattered Judah and Israel and Jerusalem. Okay. So, because it was 4 nations that scattered us and put us into slavery. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. And we know that the four main empires that ruled were the Babylonians, the Persians and the Medes, and the Greeks and the Romans. So all of them scattered us in terms of slavery. All of them had us in captivity, right? Okay. So and the Lord showed me 4 carpenters. Okay. So, and then I said, what come these to do? And he spake, saying, these are the horns which have scattered Judah, so that no man lift up his head, but these are come to fray them, to cast out the horns of the Gentiles, which lifted up their horn over the land of Judah to scatter it. So it's going to be those Gog and Magog and all those BRICS nations are going to be the ones to fray us from captivity. All right, through World War III. All right, by World War III. Okay, all right. So I thought I would bring that out. Okay, I'll read 20 and 21 again. And the Lord showed me 4 carpenters. Then said I, what come these to do? And he spake, saying, these are the horns which have scattered Judah, so that no man did lift up his head, but these are come to fray them, to cast out the horns of the Gentiles, which lifted up their horn over the land of Judah to scatter it. Okay, all right. So yeah, so Judah is going to be saved by this this World War III. Okay, all right. So destruction is coming, and that's what the title of this lesson is: destruction cometh. All right. Okay, so all right. So Amos 9 and 8. All right. Amos 9 and 8. Hold on a second. I'll just use my phone now. All right. Amos 9 and 8. And it reads, behold, the eyes of Yahweh, our power, are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth, saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, saith the Lord. Okay, so the Lord is going to save Jacob, okay, out of all the lands where they were scattered, okay, in slavery. All right. Verses 9, for lo, I will command and I will sift the house of Israel among all nations like a corn is sifted in a sieve, yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth. Okay, all the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us. Okay, In that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof, and I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old. Okay, so this will be the One West camps came together back in I guess the 70s, right? So I think they in the 60s, really 60s. All right, with Abba Bivens. All right. He is Elijah. He is Elijah, the prophet. Okay, reborn. Okay, and he brought the back the children back to the fathers. All right. I think I remember that scripture, but I forgot it, so I won't look at. Let me see if I can find it. I think it's in Malachi 4. Sure. Yeah, right here. It's 4 verses 5. Okay. Behold, I will send Elijah the prophet before the coming of the great and dreadful day of Yahweh. And he shall turn the heart of the fathers to the children, and the heart of the children to their fathers, lest I come and smite the earth with a curse. So what happened was Elijah was Abba Bivens, and he brought the truth and the true understanding back to the children of Israel. Okay, and it began over there in New York City at One West Street over there in New York City. And now the prophets, the disciples, at Great Millstone, Apostle Tahar, Gabar, and Ramlam, and Rakar are the last men standing as far as pushing that gospel, and through them, other men have stepped into the work of Yahweh Shai. All right, and the true gospel is being preached all over the earth, and therefore the Lord Yahweh is hearing us, and all of these tokens are being poured forth. All right, because the true gospel is being poured forth on the earth. Okay, all right, that Yahweh Shai is a Negro. All right, from the tribe of Judah. All right, that the children of Israel, the Negroes, Native Americans, and the Hispanics through the seed line of the fathers. Okay, all right, and the so-called white man is the devil and Satan. All right, and his seed, through his seed, spread wickedness all over the earth. Okay, through his seed line. All right, if you can understand that. All right. So Isaiah 54:16, the Lord put the spirit on the so-called white man to, which is the Amalekites, the Germans, to develop the nuclear technology. All right. So let's go to Isaiah 54:16. Isaiah 54:16. Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work, and I have created the waster to destroy. All right. So the Lord has created the waster, which is the nuclear weapon. Okay, he put the spirit on the so-called white man and put that knowledge in his head to create it. Okay, all right. So this is absolutely a fact. All right, that's the Lord. He's the one in control of man. All right. Okay, let's go to let's see. Psalms 91, which talks about that waster a little bit more. Salakia. All right, Psalms 91. Let's see where I can find that at real quick. It's in verse 6. Psalms 91, we'll read verse 1 first. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. All right. Verse 2. I will say of Yahweh, he is my refuge and my fortress. My power, in him will I trust. Surely he shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence. He shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shall thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. Okay, so this is the covering, is the truth, the truth, the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that coming from this Bible. That's what's going to protect you in the day of the Lord when these missiles are shot from one end of the earth to the other. All right, thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flieth by day. Okay, see, arrow, that's the modern day nuclear missiles, ICBMs. All right, because they can fly from one end of the earth to the other now. Okay, verse 6. This is the point. Nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday. You see that? So the Lord, he's the one who created the waster. He put the spirit on the so-called white man to create these nuclear weapons, to put these chemicals together to make this atomic nuclear bombs. All right? All right? Okay. Isaiah 9 and 5. You know, because we used to fight with swords. You know, man used to fight with swords and so forth. But now, let's read this scripture. Isaiah 9 and 5. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise. That's with the swords. And garments rolled in blood. Right? They used to fight with the swords and cut each other all up. You know, confused noise, and then in the battle, and garments rolled in blood. But this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. So this, now we're fighting with fuels of fire, you know, with missiles and bombs and so forth. All right, so you can understand that. All right, so the Lord, he's the one who put the spirit upon the so-called white man to create these fantastic weapons. All right, he got that knowledge from the heavens. All right, Genesis, we'll go to Genesis chapter Genesis chapter 27 and 38. All right, this came, the two progenitors of the earth who basically were given the rulership of the earth would be the rulers, the ruling class people would be Jacob and Esau, right, on the planet earth. If you can understand that. And Jacob was a plain man, and Esau was a so-called white man, a red man. All right, and just to make it short for you, Genesis 27 and 38, and these were the two blessings of the boys, because what had happened was the Lord had blessed Jacob with all rulership, but the mother of Isaac, she wanted the blessing to go to Jacob instead of Esau, because Esau was the firstborn. All firstborn receive the father's blessings and everything that the father has at death, right? Okay, an inheritance, right? But this blessing passed on to Jacob because, number one, Esau despised his birthright and sold it to his brother because he didn't really care about, you know, his blessing. Okay, so we'll read on at 38 at the blessings that they did receive, and so you can understand that the blessing that the so-called white man received was the sword. Okay, Genesis 27 and 38. And Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. Okay, because he had been he had sold his birthright over to his brother Jacob in the first place, and his mother actually set up the situation where his father Isaac would think that he was Esau. Okay, all right. okay, by way of putting on goat skins on his arms because he was real hairy. Okay, Esau was a real hairy man. All right. Okay, and but this was done in the spirit the Lord always intended to give the birthright to Jacob. All right, Genesis 27 and 38. And let's read that account. All right, as far as the blessing is concerned. And Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and the dew of heaven from above. And by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. Okay, so what you got to understand is that he was given the gift of the sword. Okay, and that's what I'm trying to point out. All right, verse 40. Let's read that again. And by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother, and it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. Okay, so they through the sword, the gift of the sword, they were able to conquer as the Greeks. They were able to conquer as the Romans. They were able to subdue the children of Israel in Jerusalem and rule over them in Jerusalem. Okay, even though they were the Edomites, and the Lord gave the covenant to the Israelites, they still were able to usurp the Israelites and become rulers in Judea, even when Yahushua was on the earth. Okay, all right. So you can understand that when Yahushua was on the earth, he was in captivity to the same people we're in captivity right now, the so-called white man. All right, okay. And so he was given the gift of the sword. All right. So if you can understand that, and we can go back to 25 and see the difference between the two boys. Okay. All right. Let's see the difference between the two boys here. All right. These were twins, right? Genesis 25 and 23. And the Lord said unto her, two nations are in thy womb, and two manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels, and the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. Okay. All right. So, and we'll go to 25. And the first came out red all over like an hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. And after that came out his brother out, and his hand took hold on the Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. All right. So if you can understand that. All right. And we'll read on verse 27. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter. Okay. So the Lord gave him the spirit of hunting. He put the spirit on him to be a warrior. Okay. All right. That was Esau. All right. But what did he do for Jacob? Okay. And the boys grew, verse 27. Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man, dwelling in tents. So he was dwelling in tents. So he was following more than likely following his foreparents, which was serving the Most High and keeping the laws and studying the scrolls or what have you. All right. Whereas Esau was a cunning hunter. He loved hunting deer and venison and stuff like that. All right. Okay. So you can understand that the two blessings. Now let's go over to Revelation 6 and 4. All right. That points this out. Revelation 6 and 4. And there went out another horse that was red. That's Esau, Edom. We just talked about Esau being the red man. Okay, being a cunning hunter. All right, and he was blessed with the gift of the sword through his father. We all read that. We heard that, right? And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword. So we had World War I, World War II, and World War III. All right, okay. So all of them were fought mainly by the Edomite nations. Okay? Okay? So, if you can understand that. Okay? Alright. So, let's read that again. And there went out another horse that was red, that's symbolic of Esau, Edom, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth. And they take peace from the earth right now by using sanctions on the other nations and by waging war with the other nations. Okay? Alright? Because they are the ruling class people. So they enforce their rules on the whole earth. Okay? Like they desire and they covet other people's fields and lands. Let's read that. And they conquer them using the gift of the sword. Micah 2 and 3. Micah 2 and 3. Alright. Salakia. Micah 2 and verses 3. Alright. Alright. No, we'll go up to 1. Micah 2 verses 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand. So it's in the power of their hand because they are the ruler, they're current rulers of the world. Okay, the Lord put them in power. Okay, all right. And they covet fields and take them by violence. Okay, so they look around and say, what resources can we get? All right, they look into Africa. They conquered Africa. The Belgian people conquered Africa. I forgot the name of that guy. You know, they went in there and for the resources of Africa. Okay, all right, gold and so forth. All right, they conquered Iraq for the oil. Okay, and they didn't even have any weapons. They used deceit. They said it was weapons of mass destruction, and there was no weapons of mass destruction, and they killed over almost 1 million people from what I'm hearing. Okay, all right. So you have to understand, they wield the sword. All right. Verses 2, and they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away, so that they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage. Okay, they murdered Saddam Hussein. Okay. Verse 3, therefore thus saith the Lord. So this is the judgment that is going to be coming for Esau, Edom, and these nations, all right, that follow him. Therefore thus saith the Lord, behold, against this family, which is the Edomites, the nation of Edom, all right, against this family do I devise an evil, from which ye shall not remove your necks, neither shall ye go heartily, for this time is evil. Okay, so that evil time is what we're talking about today, the destruction coming. That's the evil time, when the other nations turn against America. Babylon, which is Babylon the Great, all right, another Egypt, all right, a house of bondage for the Israelites, okay, and shoot missiles over here and destroy with ICBM missiles, all right, okay, all right, let's keep going, all right. So right now we're seeing everything come, the tokens come to forth, all right. The so-called white man has instituted his plan. The children of Israel, the 12 tribes, are standing on their feet. Okay, the nation, the men of Judah are out here teaching the people the true understanding of this holy Bible. All right, and all these tokens and prophecies are beginning to pour forth. Okay, all right, nation rising against nation, kingdom against kingdom, and stuff. That's all taking shape. All right, the uproars of the people. All right, the commotions of the people. You know, due to the draconian laws that they're coming, unrighteous decrees that they're coming out with. All right, okay. So the collapse of the society is imminent. Okay, so the collapse of society is imminent. Okay, they can't keep the stock market up. All right, they everything they try to do. All right, they raise the interest rates and stuff, so forth. That's making the other nations suffer. All right, so the other nations are mad because they're raising interest rates over here, so when they're over there, their currency is falling. Okay, in other countries. All right, famine is drawing near. All right, the Lord is bringing forth famine and drought. All right, because when a nation sins, that's the verdict. That's how the Most High punishes the nations when they sin against Him grievously. All right. So being that the nation of Israel is in Babylon the Great, He's punishing America, but the whole world is experiencing this. All right. All right. So famine is here. All right. We'll read Ezekiel 14 and 13. Ezekiel 14 and 13. It shows you how the Most High does business when it comes to grievously sinning against Him. All right. All right. You committing iniquity, sin upon sin. Son of man, when the land sinneth against me by trespassing grievously, then will I stretch out my hand upon it, and will break the staff of bread thereof, and will send famine upon it, and will cut off man and beast from it. Okay? All right? So that's what's happening right now. Okay? And a lot of it's being instituted by the so-called white man because he wants to control the resources. So he's the left-hand side of wickedness, Satan on earth, the devil, in which the Lord is using to carry out this famine on the nation of Israel and the other nations. To our people that don't return back to the Most High, they're going to experience these judgments that are being brought forth. All right. Okay. All right. So let's talk about that famine a little bit. All right. I think it was the UN. I forget. I think it's the health secretary. I want to say it, but I'm not. Don't quote me on it. He said 11 over in Africa. There's a shortage of food production of 11 billion. It's 11 billion shortage in food production in Africa alone. Okay. All right. He said they can't due to the drought and everything. All right. The two largest fertilizer producers are Russia and China. Okay. All right. So we're at war with Russia and China, right? We're at war with Russia and China. We're at war with Russia and China. And so that's going to affect our ability to produce fertilizer. Okay. That's going to affect our ability to produce. So that's what's going to bring forth this famine, because the we can't produce enough fertilizer, okay, to bring it to market. These are the major fertilizer producers, China and Russia, and we're about to go to war with them. So what you think that's going to happen to America? Okay, if we can't plant food, grow food, there's a drought. How are we going to have food in the supermarkets? Well, that's the answer. We're headed to a famine. So by hearing that, you should understand how serious a situation that we're in right now. I mean, serious, deadly serious. All right. With the dollar coming to an end, all right, being affected, the Saudi Arabia people of Saudi Arabia are no longer supporting America and the dollar. Okay, they refuse to continue to increase the barrels of oil. They're reducing the barrels of oil right now. Okay, they're reducing it. All right, so being that they're reducing the barrels of oil production, that's going to bring up our gas prices. So the Great Tribulation is headed our way. All right, the Great Tribulation is headed our way. All right. Let's see here. Salakia. All right, let's go to Matthew 24th chapter. All right. And okay, so we're here. Okay, the tribulation is here. You should be able to see that with all these things going wrong with America. All these, the supply chain issues, them blocking the ships from coming over. All of these are what's bringing forth the great tribulation. All right, Matthew 24 and 21. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. Okay? So, in other words, the time is being sped up right now as we speak. The time is being sped up by Yahweh Shai, all right, to bring forth this end, all right, quickly, all right, for the elect's sake, all right? Okay? But it's going to be a time like no other, okay, on the planet Earth, all right? All right, we'll go to Daniel chapter 12, all right? We'll go to Daniel chapter 12 and verses 1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation, even to the same time, and at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book. Okay? All right, so that's why we're out here to teach this word before it's too late. All right, verses 2. Daniel 12 and 2. And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to, through this word, a lot Israelites all over the world are coming back to the true understanding of the Bible, and they're becoming awake. Some to everlasting life, okay, they believe this gospel, and some to shame and everlasting contempt. They reject it. They're like, they take it, they're like, okay, and they throw it out the window. All right. And they that be wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament, and they that turn many to righteousness as the stars forever and ever. And this is what's happening right now. All right. Verse 4. But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. And that's what's happening on both sides. Knowledge is increasing on the left hand side of the devil, the so-called white man. All right. We have the WEF. They have initiated their plans. If you Google the Georgia Guidestones, you would know the plans of the so-called white man. Just Google the Georgia Guidestones. They want to reduce the population down to 5 million. That's why this famine is coming to the earth. They're trying to get rid of a lot of people. All right. They want to live in this earth by themselves. Okay. They don't really care about World War III because they believe that they're going to survive it by way of their underground cities and bunkers. All right. So that's just a little bit of extra information. Yeah, they believe they're going to survive it. Your Gateses, your Gettys, your Rothschilds, your really trillionaires and billionaires, they believe they're going to survive this. All right. So they're not concerned about it. They're pushing forward with their agenda. All right. All right. They're going to crash the economy, get rid of stable coins and dollars, fiat currency, and bring in everything all digital. And since there's not going to be no food, they're going to people are going to bow down to them, and they're going to eventually they're going to come in with the CBDC, central bank digital currency. All right, and they're going to give out a universal basic income, but you're going to have to sign a social contract and get it and take the MOTB, the MOTB, in which hopefully you understand what I'm saying. They take the videos down if we say the words. So the MOTB, when you take it in your right hand, Revelation 13 and verses 16, okay? Revelation 13 and 16. Just go and read that and you understand. You won't be able to buy or sell without it, okay? That's what they're coming with, all right? If you can understand that, all right? Okay, so let's keep going here, all right? All right, 2nd Esdras 15 and 5. All right. All right. Second Esdras 15 and 5. All right. And this is the reason why the Lord is bringing this upon them. It says, behold, saith Yahweh, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction, for wickedness has exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Because these hurtful works are fulfilled. Okay? These hurtful works are fulfilled. All right? So, the Lord is bringing forth the tokens. He's bringing forth the prophecies fulfillment. All right? Right? Okay? And for Israel's sake. Okay? Okay? So let me read that again. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction, for wickedness has exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Okay? We'll go on, we'll keep reading. Therefore saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit. Neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. Okay? And therefore, verses 9, saith the Lord, I will surely avenge them, and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. Behold, my people, who is the Lord's people? It's the Israelites. It's the ones he made a covenant with. Is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. Okay? So that's what's actually happening. Okay? The Lord is bringing forth these plagues in America, Babylon the Great, for our sakes. All right? All right? To free us from captivity. All right? All right? Verse 12. Egypt shall mourn. Egypt, we're in another Egypt. Okay? All right? We're in another Egypt. All right? In bondage. Verse 12. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague of punishment that the Most High shall bring upon it. They that till the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall fail through the blasting in hell and with fearful constellation. All right? So you see that? Hasn't that happened? Yes, it's happened. In 2019, the breadbasket in Nebraska, all that grain silos were flooded out. Okay? Then in 2020, Crown 19 hit. The pestilence 19 hit. And therefore that finished off the economy. Okay? All right? Then people refused to go to work. All right? So all of these things culminating pretty much smitten Babylon. All right? Okay? But this is all, a lot of it, the pestilence and all that was orchestrated by the so-called white man. All right? On the earth. Okay? Okay? So on the left-hand side, the Lord used him to bring forth this wickedness, and to fulfill prophecy. All right? To this very day. All right? If you can understand it. Right? I mean, again, the fertilizer, we can't get fertilizer. All right? From China and Russia, that's 50%. The UN guy said, from the United Nations, he said they produce 50% of the fertilizer. Okay? And then also the wheat comes from there as well, or from Russia, and we're currently at war with them, right, through Ukraine. So you see what I'm saying? So the Lord made good on his promise. All right. All right. So let's see here. All right. All right. So we are the watchmen of the Lord. The men that you see on these highways and the byways teaching the truth. We are the watchmen. All right. The children of the prophets. Okay. In other words. Okay. Tobit 4 and 12. This touches into it, but there's another one in Romans. It lost my mind, but Tobit 4 and 12 will tell you that. Okay, all right. And Tobit was telling his father, Tobias. He was telling his son. Tobit was telling his son Tobias not to marry a strange woman. Okay, and to marry of the seed of his fathers. All right, and he reveals this that we are the children of the prophets. Okay, beware of all whoredom, my son. Tobit 4 and 12. And chiefly take a wife of the seed of thy fathers, and take not a strange woman to wife, which is not of thy father's tribe. For we are the children of the prophets, Noah, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Remember, my son, that our fathers from the beginning, even that they married wives of their own kindred, and were blessed in their children, and their seed shall inherit the land. Their seed, okay? So whatever woman we have sex with, they have children. If you're an Israelite, you're going to produce another Israelite. But it's going to be up to the Most High to quicken them in the spirit and choose them. Okay? So that's how that works. All right? But yeah, we are the children of the prophets, if you understand that. I just wanted to get that point across. All right? So we've been admonished to our whole mission was to become priests on the earth. Let's bring that out real quickly. Exodus 19, I think it's and 6, 19, 16 or 6, something like that. We'll find it. Let's see here. Yeah, Exodus 19 and 6. And ye shall be unto me a kingdom of priests and an holy nation. These are the words which thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel. So that's what we were supposed to be when the Lord put us in this captivity. He expected us to come back to him, you know, through the prophets, teaching his word on the streets, to be those priests in the earth. Okay, this is gonna happen. All right, Revelation 5 and 10. You know, this is what happens at the end. So here we go. All right, Revelation 5 and 10. We'll go to 9. And they sung a new song, saying, Thou art worthy to take the book, to open the seals thereof. For thou wast slain, and hast redeemed us to the Most High by thy blood out of every kindred and tongue and people and nation. That's all the Israelites that were scattered all over the earth. They will be redeemed, you know, by the chariots of the Lord. The angels will take them up and save them out of this destruction that's coming. Verses 10, the point, and has made us unto our power kings and priests, and we shall reign on the earth. So the Lord never reneged on his promise. Okay, it's going to happen. The Revelation is revealing this is what's going to happen at the end. All right. So from Exodus, he told them that they would be kings and priests on the earth. And at the end, they're going to be. Okay. What the Lord says is going to come true. His word does not return without results. All right. And that's Isaiah 55 and 11. All right. We'll get that real quick. So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it. So he sent that word back in the ancient world, and it's going to come true in our time. All right? And that's what makes the Almighty, Yahweh, the King of the earth, and through his son Yahweh Shai, the King Almighty of the earth. And that's how we know this book is a true living document for the Israelites. Okay? Okay. All right. Ezekiel 3 and 17. All right. Ezekiel 3 and verse 17. And it reads, Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore hear the word at my mouth, and give them warning from me. When I say unto the wicked, Thou shalt surely die, and thou givest him not warning, nor speakest to warn the wicked from his wicked way to save his life, The same wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at thine hand. So if we don't go out here and teach you this and give you this understanding, the Lord is going to kill us. And we definitely don't want that. I want the kingdom of heaven. I'm not doing this for nothing. I'm doing this to quicken the elect and bring them back into the fold, the true understanding. We were blinded and destroyed by Christianity in these harlot houses, these churches. Okay, so that's what that's what the men have been raised up to do. The true prophets of the Lord, the children of the prophets, as I told you in Tobit 4 and 12. All right. So let's keep reading on. All right, we'll read 18 again. When I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou givest him not warning, nor speakest to warn the wicked from his wicked way, to save his life, the same wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at thine hand. Yet if thou warn the wicked, and he turn not from his wickedness, nor from his wicked way, he shall die in his iniquity, but thou hast delivered thy soul. So that's the reason why I'm out here today. That's the reason why we're teaching this truth all over the earth. Okay, to quicken the spirit of these men of Israel to come into this fold, to activate them. You know, if the spirit is in them to be activated. Okay, because not all Israel is of Israel. Okay, all right. Not all of them were chosen. All right. All right. We can get that at Romans 11 and 7. Romans 11 and 7. And it reads, what then? Israel has not obtained that which he has seeketh for, and that's the truth. But the election have obtained the truth, and the rest were blinded. According as it is written, the Most High has given them the spirit of slumber, eyes that they should not see, and ears that they should not hear, unto this day. Okay, so in other words, the Lord has that angel, that flaming sword turning that was in the garden to block them from the tree of life. What is the tree of life? Wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the Lord. Okay, all right. There you go. If you can understand it. All right. So let's keep going on. All right. So we're admonishing all Israel, all you Negroes, Native Americans, Hispanics, of the seed of Israel, to repent and reborn as an Israelite. Okay, because that's the only way you're gonna get saved out of here. Okay, and that's in Isaiah 59, 19 and 20. The Lord is gonna come in on those chariots and save those who repent back to the Lord in Jacob. Let's read this here. 59, Isaiah 59 and 19. So shall they fear the name of Yahweh from the west, we're in the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun, when the enemy shall come in like a flood. Because when martial law is declared, when you can't use your debit card anymore, when you can't get food out of the stores anymore, okay, all right, because you ain't got no money, because the dollar is not worth nothing, okay, they're going to declare martial law, and therefore the Lord is going to send forth the sword, which is Esau, Edom, the red man, in which we talked about earlier, and they're going to lock these cities down. Okay, all right, they're going to declare martial law. FEMA camps are already prepared. There's 10 FEMA zones in the United States ready to put you wicked Negroes and Native Americans in it. All right, okay, they have a contingency plan for that. All right, so let's read that again. So shall they fear the name of Yahweh from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun, when the enemy shall come in like a flood. The spirit of the Lord, okay, shall lift up a standard against him. So the Lord is going to send forth spiritual power to save his elect. And the Redeemer shall come to Zion, and unto them that turn from transgression in Jacob. Does that say transgression in Christianity, in the church? No, it says in Jacob, the 12 tribes of Israel. All right, get it? Saith Yahweh. Okay? All right, so that's the point that I was making. So the Lord is going to save Israelites. He ain't saving Christians. He's saving Israelites. Those who turn back to the true understanding of the Lord. and accept themselves and be born again as an Israelite. Do you understand that? Hopefully you caught that. Read that again to yourself. All right. Let's see here. All right. Let's see here. All right. So the Lord, He's the one who sets up the kingdoms. He's the one who is in charge of everything that's happening in the world today. All right. He put the spirit in man. All right. He's the Lord of the spirits. All right. He's got control of the spirit world. All right. So Sirach 10 and 8. Sirach 10 and 8. All right. Sirach 10 verse 8. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. Okay. So the Lord translates these kingdoms due to wickedness. Okay. So much wickedness, it reaches a point, then the Lord takes away the kingdom. All right. Because it's the Lord who sets these kingdoms up of man. All right. And that is at Daniel 4 and 17. You know. All right. So Daniel 4 and 17. This matter is by the decree of the watchers, the angels, the holy ones, the prophets, and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and give it to whomsoever he will, and setteth up over it the basis of men. So he raised up, just like he raised up Esau, Edom, to rule, okay, from the dust, okay, during the they began out as from Alexander the Great's rule all the way down to the Romans, right, till now. Then they went down in 300 AD, and the Lord, and they were in dark ages, okay, in the dark ages. They weren't in rule. Jacob was in rule, the Negroes over there in Europe. And after a 1,000-year period passed, all right, in the 1300s, the Lord raised them back up. He raised up the bases of men, okay, if you understand that. And right now, the Lord is bringing them down and raising up Jacob again, all right, to take the kingdom of heaven. That's what's going on, okay? All right, and we'll read that real quick. Daniel 7, all right, I think it's 25. All right, we'll start with 24. And the 10 horns of this kingdom are 10 kings that shall arise, and another shall rise after them, and he shall be diverse from the first, and he shall subdue 3 kings, and he shall speak great words against the Most High. This is the Edomite rule. The fourth, it would be the fourth empire rulership. And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times, because we went through slavery, had to work real hard, labor, our ancestors. That's how he wore out the saints until this very day. And to think to change times and laws, and they shall be given into his hand, the Israelites, until a time and times and dividing of times. But the judgment shall sit, and they shall take away his dominion, to consume and to destroy. That's the Roman, this time that we're in now. Okay, this judgment shall sit, and they shall take away his dominion, to consume and to destroy it unto the end. And the kingdom and the dominion and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven shall be given to who? To the people of the saints of the Most High, whose kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and all dominions shall serve and obey him. All right, so it's going to be given to Yahushua and the 144,000 and the 12 tribes of Israel. Okay, and one third of them. Okay, 1/3. All right, because the Lord is going to allow for 2/3 of Israel that don't return to the Lord to be consumed in the flood that's coming. All right, Zechariah 13 and 8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. And I will bring the third part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried, with the MOTB. Okay, that's going to be the final trial. Okay, whether or not you will submit to the rulership of Esau, Edom, and become a slave by putting that Revelation 13 RFID in your right hand. Okay? All right? If you understand that. All right. Okay, so Zechariah 13 and 8. We'll read 9 again. No, I'll read 8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. And I will bring the third part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They're going to be tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, the Lord is my power. So we will go through tribulation. All right? The elect, everyone. All right? That's, I think it's Acts. Hope I got this one right, but let's see. Yeah, Acts 14 and 22. Acts 14 and 22, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we must, through much tribulation, enter into the kingdom of the Most High. So we're going to be tried. Okay, we're going to go through everything that people on earth are going to go through. All right, but we're going to have the protection of the Lord, at least the covering of the Lord on us to get us through this. All right. Okay. Revelation 3 and 10. 3 and 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation. All right. Revelation 3 and 10. Salaki. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. Okay. Behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. So we got to hold tight when we got to stay in this truth when all hell breaks loose. All right. On the earth. No food, famine, no money, all right, okay, having to do whatever we got to do to survive, okay. The Lord is going to test us, all right, try us, all right. I say try, all right, okay. All right, so America, they raise the interest rates and everything is all out of control. Okay, and the currency is weakened. The Dow is on a downward spiral. All right. So we'll go to Revelation 18 and 1. Salaki for a minute. Let me see what's going on here. Salaki on that. All right. Let's keep going here. All right, we'll go to Revelation 18. All right. Start getting into the meat of this here. Revelation 18 and 1. All right. And after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean, and hateful bird. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High have remembered her iniquities. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and that would be reward Esau, Edom, Babylon the Great, as she rewarded the Israelites, and double unto her, according to her works, in the cup which she has filled, fill her double. Okay? All right? So how much she has glorified herself and lived deliciously, America, Babylon the Great, trading, having all the wealth of the world, resources of the world, okay? Through deceit and war. So much torment and sorrow give her, for she saith in her heart, I sit a queen, and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. All right, so when this destruction comes, therefore shall her plagues come in one day, All right, and this nuclear destruction is a plague from the Lord. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire. For strong is the Lord power who judges her. Okay, so as you can see, that's what's coming on the earth right now. Okay, and there's no getting out of this for Babylon the Great. Jeremiah 51:7. All right, Jeremiah 51:7. All right, and it reads, Babylon has been a golden cup in the Lord's hand. So the Lord raised up Babylon the Great, America, to be, that nation that would be, would spread her philosophies and ways, her Christianity, her religion, and her philosophies of wickedness all over the earth to all the nations. All right, Babylon has been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken with wickedness. Like you got Japanese coming over here being Christians and celebrating Halloween, Christmas, Easter, all of these pagan holidays, wickedness, okay, and becoming drunk by it. Naked and wicked. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. Babylon is suddenly fallen, is fallen now, and destroyed. Howl for her, take balm for her pain, if so she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, verse 9, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go everyone into his own country. So the Lord is telling and warning all the other nations to leave Babylon the Great. For her judgment reaches unto heaven and is lifted up to the skies. And verse 10, the Lord has brought forth our righteousness, the righteousness of the Israelites, the tokens, the prophecies are being fulfilled right now. Come and let us declare in Zion the work of Yahweh, our power. Okay, you see that? And that's what we're doing today. Verse 11, make bright the arrows, gather the shields. The Lord has raised up the spirit of the kings of the Medes, the Russians, the Iranians, all those people, all those the BRICS nations, for his devices against Babylon to destroy it, because it is the vengeance of the Lord, the vengeance of his temple. Okay, we were taken into captivity in 70 AD by the Romans, the so-called white man. We were put in servitude over here in Babylon the Great, from the coast of West Africa, okay, and coming from Europe on a high stature. The Native Americans were destroyed over here. 90% of them murdered on this land, okay? All right, so that's the reason why this is coming, okay? This is why this is coming. Right? Let's see here. So that's what's coming real soon, the destruction of America, Babylon the Great. That's what we're warning our people about. Go ahead and we'll go to Isaiah 14:5 and 6. The nations are currently being a deadly wound is being laid for America. The dollar, like I said, Saudi Arabia turned against the dollar, and therefore that's the reason why the dollar is starting to falter. Okay, all the other nations are siding with Russia. Okay, and they're not purchasing as many dollars as they used to, and that's why we have so much inflation. All right, Isaiah 14:5. The Lord has broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of his rulers. All right, their dollar system backed up by oil. Okay, he who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke, he that ruled the nations in anger, putting sanctions on the other nations and controlling them, is persecuted and none hindereth. And that's why our gas prices are starting to rise, because we're being persecuted by the Saudi Arabians. They said no longer are we going to listen to what y'all have to say. We're going to do what we want to do. We're going to, try to make money. We're not going to worry about you and your situation, okay, in America. Okay, so let me read that again. The Lord has, Isaiah 14:5, the Lord has broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers. He has smote the people in wrath with a continuous stroke. He that ruleth the nations in anger is persecuted and none hindereth. Okay? Alright. Alright, let's go to Obadiah. We'll go to Obadiah 1:7. Obadiah 1 and 7. All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee, the Saudi Arabians were at peace with thee, have deceived thee, sided with Russia, and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. Okay? And we'll keep going. Shall I not in that day, saith the Lord, even destroy the wise men out of Edom? So they're slowly losing their wisdom and understanding out of the mount of Esau. And the mighty men of Teman shall be dismayed, to the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter by those nuclear weapons, missiles. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. Okay? So through World War III, this is going to happen. So let's get into, we'll go to Revelations 9 and 12. All right. One woe is past, and behold, there come two woes hereafter. That's World War I, World War II, and World War III. Okay? All right. We'll go to, let's see here. All right, we'll go to Revelation 11 and 14. The second woe is past, World War II is past, and behold, the third woe coming quickly. So this third world war is coming very, very fast. All right, so did you catch that? All right. All right, so, all right, we're going to Revelations 6 and 12. All right. All right. And this is how it's going to play out. Revelation 6 and 12. And I beheld, when he had opened the sixth seal, and lo, there was a great earthquake, and the sun became black as sackcloth of hair, and the moon became as blood, and the stars of heaven fell onto the earth, even as a fig tree casts her untimely figs when she is shaken by a mighty wind. Okay, that's the stars from heaven, are those missiles coming, right? And all right, and it's just gonna the nuclear missile, when it hits, everything is just gonna fall apart, all right, and be dissolved. Okay, all right. So let's read that again. And the stars of heaven fell onto the earth, even as a fig tree casts her untimely figs when she is shaken by a mighty wind. Verse 14, and the heaven departed as a scroll when it is rolled together, and every mountain and island were moved out of their places. And the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, and the mighty men, and every bondman, and every free man, hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains. And even now, as we speak, they're purchasing bunkers out like crazy. All right, getting prepared for this nuclear destruction. All right. All right, so we'll go to Isaiah 34 and verses 5. All right. All right, let's read. We'll start from verses 1. Come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein the world, and all things that come forth of it. For the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He has utterly destroyed them. He has delivered them to the slaughter. Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood. Melted because the ICBM missile, when it hits, is so much mass heat, it's just going to evaporate everything, and they're going to be melted. And all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll. That scroll again, that mushroom cloud is going to go up in the air, and all their hosts shall fall down as a leaf falleth from the vine, and as a fallen fig from a fig tree. And this is the point. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea, which Idumea is the Edomites, the Edom, the Romans, the so-called white man, and upon the people of my curse to judgment. Okay? All right, and we're going to go down to verse 8. For it is the day of the Lord's vengeance, and the year of his recompense for the controversy of Zion. Okay, who are the people of the Lord? All right, he's going to settle it by this World War III. All right, okay, and with that I say all praises to Yahweh, all praises to Yahweh Shai, peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, and shalom to the believers, and double honors to the elders of Great Millstone. All praises to Yahweh. Shalom.